Hey guys, what's up? How are you? I hope that you guys are having an amazing day today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you are new here, hi, my name is Jarell, and in today's video, as you can see, we are going to be doing a foundation and declutter. I need for all of these foundations to fit in this drawer nicely, so that is what we're doing today. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first foundation that we have is the number 1 de Chanel foundation, and this one is pretty new to my collection. I do have the shade BD41 and it is absolutely stunning. I absolutely love this foundation, the finish of it, the lasting power on it. It is just super amazing. So of course I'm going to be keeping this one. So this one is the new Makeup Forever foundation, and I did get mine in the shade 2Y20. I actually went back to the store to change it to a shade that is actually going to match me a little bit better. So of course this is going to stay. So I did the same thing for this NARS foundation. Now this one is definitely not a favorite foundation, but I am not ready to let it go. I want to keep on playing with this foundation and find a way to make it work for me. I did do a whole entire review on this foundation as well as the Makeup Forever and also the Chanel. So just in case you guys are interested in seeing that video, I will link it somewhere down below. But I did get mine in the shade Stromboli, so hopefully this is a better matte. All right, so this is the old version of the Makeup Forever, and this is a brand new foundation. This is the Ultra HD foundation in the shade 365. Y365, and I think that this is going to definitely work for me more during the summertime. I'm not ready to let it go. It is a beautiful foundation, but it's definitely going to be too dark for me right now, so I am going to keep it. So here we have the Luminous Silk foundation from Giorgio Armani. This one right here is in the shade 6.5. I decided to get a backup in a different shade, which is in 6.25. I hope that this is a better match than this one. This one is just a little bit too neutral for me. This one seems to be a little bit more warm. So of course I am going to keep the new one, and I'm going to move this one to my everyday drawer just so I can finish it up. I mean, I have barely anything on it, so it is going to be super easy for me to use this foundation up. These two right here are the Multi-Dew Skin Tin Glow Wish by Huda Beauty, and I do have my shade in 4 and 3, and I do have right here 4 and 3, and I think that I'm going to keep 4 and I'm going to pass 3 along. All right, I also have this a new foundation from Givenchy, and this is the Prisma Libre Skincare Matte Foundation, and I do have mine in the shade 4W280. I already wore this foundation on my own. I do have some thoughts about it, but let me know if you guys want a full review and test wear on this foundation, and of course I will do that for you guys. So I decided to repurchase this foundation and retry it again. The first time that I tried this foundation, I did not like it, but I tested it out again and I am really enjoying this foundation. This is from Pat McGrath, and I decided to go with the shade light medium 14, and I think that it is a beautiful shade. Really excited to have this one in my collection again. So this is a new tinted moisturizer with SPF 45 from Estee Lauder, and this is the shade that I have, which is a 3W1. I'm really excited to actually try this one when it gets a little bit more hot, so I'll keep you guys posted on this one. It's not new, but it's new to me. So this is pretty new to me and to my collection as well, and by the way, I'm not doing very well with decluttering anything but we'll get there. I know we'll get there. This is the Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer, and I do have mine in the shade Mykonos. Really excited to keep using this foundation very soon. This one is an absolute favorite foundation of mine, especially for my oily T-zone, and if and whenever I decide to wear a full coverage kind of foundation, this is definitely the one that I always think of, just because it gives me a really nice natural but yet matte finish, and I absolutely love this foundation. This one is the Soft Matte Complete Foundation from NARS, and I do have mine in the shade Vanuatu medium 35. I don't know, I'm pretty sure that I'm saying that wrong, but love this foundation. All right, so I do have this Givenchy foundation, which is called the Matissimi Velvet in 06, and it does have an SPF of 20. I absolutely love this foundation so much. I do want to compare it to the new matte foundation that I just mentioned not so long ago from Givenchy as well. So let me know if you guys want to see a comparison between both of them or a full review on the other one. Let me know. This one is the Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade 4. This is an absolute favorite product of mine to add like glowiness to your skin. This is so beautiful, and of course I'm going to keep it. This one is the Light Wonder, also from Charlotte Tilbury, and I do have mine in the shade 6, and of course I'm going to keep it because this is also very nice and beautiful. Here we have another foundation from Charlotte Tilbury, and this one is so good, so good, a top favorite for sure. This is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, and I do have mine in the shade 7. What a great foundation this is. I absolutely love this one. This one is the La Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation in the shade Latte. This is an amazing foundation, also one of my top favorites for sure. I just love the finish, the lasting power on this foundation. It just makes you look so nice and flawless. It was like my most reached foundation at one point in my life. I haven't reached for it in a little while, but now that I am doing a little declutter, which we'll get there, I promise, I will be giving it a little bit more love. So this one is also from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Beautiful Skin Foundation, and I do have mine in the shade 7. I also did a full review on this foundation, and it is a absolute favorite of mine as well, so of course I'm going to keep it. So this one right here is also new to my collection. This is from Kosas, and it's called the Revealer Skin Improving Foundation, and it does have an SPF of 25, and I picked up the shade 240, and this is a really nice foundation as well. I did compare this foundation with the LYS foundation, again another video that I will link down below. This is a beautiful foundation that I am not ready to let go. This one's from NARS, and I do have mine in the shade Barcelona. It is one of my favorite foundations during the spring and summer months, and this is just going to stay in my collection. So this one right here is a tinted face oil from Kosas. I tried it so many times, and unfortunately it just did not work out for me, so I am ready to let it go. It's just not for my skin type. I have an oily T-zone and I live in Florida, so I need something a little bit more mattifying, and this, I don't even know why I bought it, so yeah, I'm gonna let it go. So these two right here are from Merit, and I do have the shade in Biscuit and also in Caramel. Caramel is a little bit too deep, Biscuit is a little bit too light, so combining both of them together is the perfect shade. Plus I get to use Biscuit as a concealer or like brightening underneath my eyes. They're just really nice and easy to use for an everyday kind of look or on the go, so I love these two right here. So we have another tinted moisturizer, and this one is from Fenty Beauty. I do have mine in the shade 11, and I absolutely love this tinted moisturizer for like everyday kind of looks because it gives you a little bit more coverage than your regular tinted moisturizer. I need a little something extra, and this one right here definitely gives it to me. So this one right here is from By Beauty, and I do have mine in the shade M90. To be quite frank with you guys, I have not really used this one as I wanted to. I still want to try it and see how it goes, but if I do see that it's just not working out for me, I will be letting it go, but for now it's going to stay. So the same thing goes for this one right here from Urban Decay. This one is the Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Moisturizer, and this one is like super glowy. I did end up getting the shade 50, but I think that is going to be a little bit too dark for me right now. I will give it a go again during the spring and summer months when I get a little bit more color, but I need to really try this one because it has just been sitting here in my collection without being used. So I do have these two right here from Laura Mercier, and these ones are the tinted moisturizer oil free and the regular tinted moisturizer, and both of them are in the same shade, which is a 3W1 Biscuit, and I'm going to keep both of them, but I do have a backup of the oil free one that I'm going to pass along. And I also have this one, which is the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer light reflecting, which is also in the shade 3W1, and let me just swatch it right next to the other ones. I didn't swatch it originally in the other video just because I didn't have it in hand, but now that I do, we can swatch all of them. And as you can see, the oil-free one, it's a little bit deeper than the other two. All right, I do have this Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 290, and I absolutely love this one so much better than the matte version of it, so this one is going to stay. I also have a brand new foundation from MAC. This is the NC37 that I still need to try because I wanted to give this one a go just because I haven't tried a MAC foundation in a very long time. I also have this new foundation from Chanel that I have not yet even opened it, and this one is the Healthy Glow Foundation Hydration and Long Wear in in BD 41 from Chanel, and I really need to give this one a go because I hear nothing but amazing things about this foundation, so I'm looking forward to really just having the time and trying it. So this one right here from Marc Jacobs is the Extra Shot. I don't see myself reaching for this one, nor for concealer or for foundation, so I am going to declutter it. So this one is actually pretty new to my collection. This is the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation, and unfortunately I have not been able to use this foundation because the shade is completely off. It's way too pink, too ashy on my skin tones. I lean a little bit more golden, a little bit more yellow, and this one is just way too neutral and too pink. I don't like it, so I am going to declutter this. This foundation is from LYS, and this foundation is absolutely beautiful. I do have mine in the shade MG5, and it's just super gorgeous. I absolutely love this foundation. Like stunning. It makes me feel flawless. And of course it's going to stay. All right, so I do have the Meteor Hue from Dust of Colors, and I do have the shade in 119 and 122. 122 is way too dark. It really never works for me, not even on my darkest days, so I am going to declutter 122 and keep 119. So this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation stick, and I'm gonna let it go because I'm almost done with it, and I used it a lot, and I really did love this foundation, but it's time for me to use a different shade when I am ready to purchase it. But I still need to give lots of love to the foundations that I already have in my collection. But yeah, I'm definitely going to let this one go. We also have this foundation from MAC, and this is the Pro Longwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation, and I do have the shade in NC42. I don't know why I'm thinking that I am an NC42. Or this foundation is expired, or something is wrong, because this is way too dark and too orange for me. Not even when I'm super tan I could make this work. So I am going to declutter it, but I will put it on the list of foundations that I want to try again, because just the fact that it's waterproof and it is nourishing, I definitely want to try it. I just want to have the correct shade. So I do have two foundations from Huda Beauty, which is the hashtag Full Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. I have the shade in Amaretto and Custard. I am going to keep Custard, and I'm going to pass this one along, which is again Amaretti, and this is in 310G, just because it's not being used and still in this box. It hasn't even been opened. Yeah. So these two right here are also in the same shades, Amaretti and Custard. I absolutely love these two right here. I can see myself using Custard a little bit more, but Amaretti will give me the warmth that I need. I love this formula so much more than the liquid formula. So yeah, I'm keeping both of them. So I am going to be keeping these two right here from Hourglass for the same reasons. I do have this one in Warm Beige, which is a little bit too light, and this one is in Amber, which is a little bit too deep, a little bit too warm. So I am going to keep them both because combined is just perfection. So I also have this foundation from MAC, and this is the Studio Fix Fluid in shade NC42. Again, way too deep for me, and I'm going to pass it along. This one right here is from Jouer. This is the High Coverage Foundation, and let me tell you, this gives you full coverage. It's just a little bit too much for my liking now. I'm ready to let it go. I need to give this foundation from Anastasia Beverly Hills a little bit more love, just because I remember really liking it. However, I also remember not sticking to my nose, so I need to give it another go. This is the Luminous Foundation, and I do have mine in the shade 330W, so this one is staying. So this one is from L'Oreal, and I remember loving this foundation a lot. This is the Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade 105. I am going to pass it along just because I don't see myself reaching for this one, but I remember loving this foundation at one point. So this one is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and I do have mine in the shade 3W2 Cashew. I'm going to keep it in my collection for a little while, especially when I start getting a little bit more darker, just because I want to give this foundation another go. Every single time that I've tried this foundation, unfortunately, it just does not work out for me. I just don't love how it actually sits on my skin, but I'm not ready to let it go because I want to be 100% sure when I let it go, I don't want to repurchase it again. So yeah, I'm gonna try it again. I do have two ColourPop foundations. These ones are the Pretty Fresh foundations, and I remember really enjoying these foundations right here. However, it's been a very long time since I've reached for them, so I think that I'm ready to let them go because I don't see myself reaching for these two right here. They're really good, but I just don't see myself reaching for these two. Tell me why I completely forgot that I have this foundation from Westman Atelier that I am really upset at myself right now for keeping it here and not using it. So of course I am going to keep it. So I do have mine in the shade 4, and yes, so beautiful. I remember really enjoying this foundation, so I have to put it in my everyday drawer. So we do have these two Dior foundations from the Backstage line. I have the shade 3W and 4W. I am going to keep both of them because they are really light on the skin. So whenever I need to deepen up any of my foundations during the summertime, I am going to be reaching for 4W. So I'm keeping both of them. And I'm also going to be keeping all of my Dior foundations. This one is the Forever Dior. Really, this one is like the older version. I also have this one right here, which is the Forever Dior, another older version in 3W. They are all in 3W or 031, and these ones are the new ones, which is the matte version and the Skin Glow, also in 3W, and I am going to be keeping all of them. I don't know why, I'm just not ready to let them go, and that's okay because they're my foundations. All right, let me go ahead and organize this. All right guys, so here is the final look. As you can see, everything that I decided to keep fits perfectly fine in this drawer, and I do have some spaces right here as well. I keep these type of packaging, the long packagings, right here at the front just because I'm not able to close my drawer if I keep it standing up here. So that is what I did. I love the way everything looks. These are definitely the foundations that I am looking forward to using. So all right guys, and here we have a 14 foundations that I'm either going to be tossing or passing along to friends and family. This is amazing. You see, I told you, super happy with this declutter. I just really like the way that everything looks nice and organized. Even the foundations that I told you guys that I was going to keep on my everyday drawer, they are going to stay here just because the vanity where I get ready is right here, right next to this drawer. So I really don't need to move it to a different drawer. So yay for me. Super excited. But that is it, my friends. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love, your time, and support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time. Bye.